Hello,
It's a
everyone,
nice
to the
start.
Last Thought Podcast. I am Zane, also known as Psychic Sloth, and I'm with here with a few other people. Brett is one of them. He won't be here all the time, and I'm too lazy to introduce the rest, so they can do it. Have fun, guys.
Hey.
What the fuck?
That is one of the laziest sounding intros I've heard.
I told you if you wanted me to do it, it's gonna be something.
My name is Matthew. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Man,
It's already a rocky fucking start.
yeah,
that's terrible.
that's how it goes.
Anyway, we got Harry, Zane, Matt, Brett, and me, David,
Wow, way to
for
be
today's
dedicated.
podcast.
You just undermined all of Zane's hard work.
I worked so hard on that intro.
I know, David. What on earth?
Yeah,
what is your
you
problem?
worked so hard to introduce yourself and one other person.
I got the important stuff out.
He didn't even introduce another person. He just introduced himself.
I introduced myself,
He introduced Brett.
which is
This is
actually
true.
Bert, but yeah.
Oh, Bert.
No. Who's Bert?
Cody wasn't able to join us, by the way, due to a conflicting schedule.
Ooh.
So, has anyone heard anything about the Destiny 2 Summer Solstice or Solstice of Heroes event?
Summer salsa.
What's this also?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That mic static though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I can't. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Are you sure your mic's plugged in all the way?
it's in
I
shot.
don't know. I'm a dick with it. You guys,
What do you have it? What do you have it sitting on?
Your mom?
Oh.
Sounds like he's sitting on a robot. Oh, a sex doll more.
Not a robot. He actually has it sitting on
A sex doll.
a lightning bolt. There's just a lightning bolt chilling there, and he put it like right on top of the lightning bolt.
Wow, Matt. Save that.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Did you get it figured out, Harry?
No, I'm gonna dick with it.
Yeah, in the middle of the podcast. This is the best start
Yeah,
of the
we're-
podcast ever.
Let's restart this because we got to get his mic figured out.
No, this is
Alright.
fine. This is fine.
It's fine. We're gonna keep with this. We're gonna just keep going.
Yeah, this is like real shit. Is it still there?
No, I think
No,
it's. I think you
no,
fixed it.
you're good. So,
Alright, cool. Fuck.
yeah, you're talking about Destiny and everything like that. And
Yeah, the Solstice of Heroes summer event is coming out here in at the end of July,
So what is that?
July 31st. They haven't released a lot about it. We've gotten a couple like sneak peeks at the armor set they're releasing for it.
Okay.
And we know that the armor for that event will drop at 400 power or 400 defense. So, and then I think a week or two before that, they're releasing the prestige raid layers, and any
Oh.
weapons you get out of that will be at 400 attack.
Exactly.
So, once the Solstice Fears event drops, we'll be able to level up to 400. Wow, it's so quiet.
No one knows. I don't know anything about Destiny, Dave.
yeah, and I've only just started.
I
getting
don't
into
either.
Destiny.
I love Destiny, but there's not much to say about that because you already said it all.
That's it?
That's
I
it.
guess. Alright.
All right,
Back her up, boys.
Woo! It's over. Let's get out of here.
5 minute podcast.
Is that the outro?
Yep. that's definitely the outro, Brett.
I want that to
I
be the
didn't
outro.
say shit, but okay.
No, it sounded like you.
Oh my god.
It was me.
See,
You fucking
God,
dick.
this
So how about
This
the
whole-
new Minecraft Aquatic update? Anybody?
I know nothing about the
There's
that update.
fish.
There's dolphins now. That's
Wow.
basically.
don't care.
Wow.
I think there's a few more
Sharks are
things.
way better. They should add sharks.
I think
first.
I think it's
Zane,
like
we went over your fascination with sharks last podcast. You don't need to go back into that now.
I'm just saying, if a shark eats a few people, they should get a medal. That's all.
God, and we called the last podcast the Low Energy Podcast, but no one is talking anymore.
So,
We've already
so
talked
how about those kids they rescued out of a cave?
what's up
That is a good topic. Where did that happen? I haven't heard much about
Thailand, I believe.
Yeah, Thailand.
This
that.
is
Yeah.
Thailand?
12
First thing I've heard
soccer-
about it.
12 kids and a coach on a bus. They went under, like, they ended up, like, the ground anything collapsed in, and they ended up in a cave system, trapped. And the only safe way to get to them was through this really, really crazy, convoluted way. So they had to, like, thankfully there was, like, the rain wasn't going on a whole lot. The ocean level dropped, so they're actually able to get in and out and able to rescue them. They were able to pump air
Well,
into
shit.
different cave pockets and eventually get to them. Elon Musk even, like, he sent over his top engineers and dedicated instead of his scientists. So we're working on a rocket to work on submarines that could fit children. And then eventually they got everybody out of there. They just got everyone out now, which is awesome. But my own curiosity
you-
is, how did it blow up so big?
Fox News.
You know, I don't know. That is a good question.
I'm really happy the kids were saved. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want to sound like I know I'm a terrible human being, but I'm not a terrible human being to the point that I'm just like, screw children.
Fuck those
but,
kids. Yeah.
Like, why did it get so big? Is my curiosity. It's like, there's all sorts of other problems in this world. Why did that one just blow up everywhere on the internet?
To
Because
distract
it
you.
involved kids.
I guess.
That is a good point, because when something like that happens to children, it's a lot more.
covered?
What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, they put a lot more publicity on stories like that with children.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they're the future, but
Well, every time a mine collapses, that gets huge news coverage too, with the miners
Yeah.
trapped.
Now, what was it, a mine, or was it just like a natural cave system? Does
They were
anyone
in
know?
a cave system, and the waters rose very rapidly to the point where they got too far into the cave.
yeah.
Now, can you imagine how terrifying that is? In a flooded cave system
I thought you were gonna
with
say
no
living in
light
Thailand.
whatsoever?
Yeah, they had to send in, the first responders were actually Navy SEALs, pretty much. Well, the Thai government's version of Navy SEALs. They went in there and they sent in medical doctors and had them stay in there with the kids and everybody, check on their health the entire time they were in there.
Well, the fact that they even found them alive itself is insane.
That is
'Cause
pretty
it was like
impressive that they were
5
all
kilometers
alive.
in or something like that.
So it's pretty awesome they all got out, and it's really amazing how they did it. Like, they had sent in, they drilled out through holes, and they actually pumped oxygen to make little pockets of air in spots in the cave system. And, like, some of the spots were so small that they actually couldn't get air tanks through, like diving tanks. They couldn't get them through, so they actually had to get thinner diving tanks to get through those spots. That is some serious. I would never do that.
Now,
That's terrible.
this sounds like one of those stories that someone's going to pick up the idea to make this into a movie.
Oh yeah,
I
this is
can
gonna be a movie in about
guarantee
2
it.
years. This is
Oh,
this
yeah.
is gonna be a movie for sure.
And
There was
that guy
Navy
that
SEALs involved. Of course, it's going to be a movie.
And I'm not going to lie. I would go and see that movie. It sounds like a great movie idea.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they got Elon Musk helping them partway through. That's a great cameo.
You said who? The Rock?
Elon Musk.
The Rock.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brett,
let's replace
that's
Elon
actually
Musk.
a really that's actually a really cool picture.
I could totally see The Rock in a film like that.
That'd be funny. Have The Rock just because The Rock usually plays like really just Navy SEAL badass characters,
Yeah.
but then he plays like Elon.
I mean,
Musk.
I don't know if
pretty
they'd be able to do it with. I don't know if they'd be able to do it with The Rock though, because I don't think he'd be able to fit through the.
Oh no, I meant like
No,
he would
no.
play the cave because he's The Rock.
God damn it.
See, I was they're stuck in the Rock playing Elon Musk.
Okay, that was my joke for the day.
Why did we all laugh?
Because it was funny.
That was a terrible joke.
No,
It was all in the delivery.
Yeah, it really was. But oh yeah, this is gonna be a
Brett.
movie.
Yes.
Brett, if you could post that picture to the podcast links section so we'd be able to find it easier.
What picture?
If you guys look on Discord, he posted a picture of one of the rescue workers.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not of a rescue worker, but they had to do shit like that.
Yeah, no, that's not.
No, okay.
To where they couldn't even fit through there with the tank on their back, so they had to take it off.
And like push it in front of them to pull themselves
Yeah.
through. It was. I saw some pictures from the whole thing, and it was just like I have an issue with like being in very very closed environments underground. I can go in caves. I'm fine with caves and stuff. Like I've been in plenty of caves, but when it starts getting to the point where I'm having an issue crawling in between two rocks, like a couple of hundred feet underground, that's some serious like mental problem for me. I can't do that. And then
That's
these people,
serious claustrophobia there.
yeah, and these people are doing it underwater. That's a whole.
Yeah,
other thing.
no. Even if I wasn't.
Like, what if one of their pipes bursts or tubes broke or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they'd die. Did he really?
Mm-hmm. One of them died. He lost his
Oh.
oxygen and drowned.
Now it definitely is going to be a movie.
Oh, it's gonna be a movie for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. It's,
And I'm not going to lie. If this does become a movie, I'm going to see it.
oh, without a doubt, I am too. Like, the story is fantastic, and the outcome is also fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awful that one guy died, but I mean, all the children were saved. The coach was even saved. It turned out very well. So
The only casualty was one of the Navy SEALs.
yeah,
I mean, in a situation like that, that's like the second best scenario you can hope for.
yes,
One person died. That's it.
yeah.
The only better outcome you could hope for is getting everyone out safely.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, they're definitely going to honor that guy properly. So
Oh, I don't doubt it.
I honor him.
I mean, yeah, he did some awesome stuff. So I respect for the guy. For sure. Did way more than I ever will.
Oh yeah. Even if I wasn't a 400-pound man, I still would not be able to do the stuff that they do.
Dude,
I couldn't do it. I am. I seriously am.
Okay.
Dave is a big boy.
But no,
Big
even if
fucking
I
wall.
wasn't, I still wouldn't be able to do the stuff that they did.
All right, to give you an idea
Like-
of my body type, I am 6'2" and 150 pounds. I can
Screw you, Zin.
I can physically do what they're doing.
But would you
Mentally,
do
I
what they're
cannot.
doing?
I cannot mentally do that. Are you kidding me? I just couldn't. Like, I'm skinny enough to do that. I don't know if I'm physically fit enough. I'm pretty physically fit, but I don't know if I'm up to their standards by any means. But like, I could fit through those spaces, and I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, no, I'm fat. I can't
5'8"
do it.
And 225 pounds. Woot woot. Since we were all sharing.
Oh, we're all sharing our body types. I was
Yeah, I
just
guess.
like give an idea of like what I got.
The mentality that they have to do.
Yeah, no, it's completely other level.
Just the idea of being miles underground and underwater, and no, that I couldn't do it. I'm not very claustrophobic, but there is
You're
that
sick.
limit where even if you're not claustrophobic, you still feel claustrophobic.
Oh yeah,
And that's one of those, that's past that limit for me. Way past the limit.
yeah. I don't like just the mentality of it all is a whole other thing. It's just yeah. That's my one thing about space too. Is like I want to go to space so badly, and I love space. I've always loved space since I was a little kid, but
You
As a
know,
little
being
kid.
you know what I've
in
always
couple
wanted to do?
thousands miles above Earth, it's pretty horrifying.
Yeah. You know what I've always wanted to do? You know, in like I don't know about the History Channel, but like National Geographic and stuff like that, you always see the pictures of like the caves and stuff. And there's the one with like giant crystals everywhere.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go and actually see that cave for myself.
Oh, the geodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be.
Don't get me wrong, I'd like to see a lot of other caves too, but that one in particular I would love to go see.
Is it one in particular cave, or is that like a common thing that happens?
It's
No, this
more
is
common, I
one.
think.
Yeah, but this is one in particular that's famous for having these
Excuse me.
giant like columns of crystals.
Yeah, that one I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it though.
I know I've read an article on it, and I cannot remember where it is or what it's called. But there is one that's famous for it, and I really want to go see it. I don't even know if it's one that's actually open to people to go see it. I think it's actually like closed off.
I know there's
I
one
think
in
it's-
Mexico, but you can't go in it because it's so close to a fault in the Earth's crust that it just spews sulfides into the air.
I think that might be the one.
In Chihuahua, Mexico, there's a cave called the Cave of Crystals, and it basically looks exactly like what you are
Describing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's.
Chihuahua.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Also, let's take a moment to admire the fact that there's a place called Chihuahua, Mexico. If that is not where Chihuahuas come from, I'm very, very, very upset.
You know, I love how this is a gaming podcast, and or was originally going to be a gaming podcast, and now we just talk about whatever.
Yeah, I like how you accepted that in that like, this was originally a gaming podcast, like as if you're right. It's not anymore.
Look at the group you have.
What did you expect, man?
I don't know what I expected.
Oh, okay. Wait. Speaking of games and crystals, did you see that they're coming out with Spyro the Dragon trilogy remake?
Oh,
I
hell yeah,
heard
I've been
about
watching
that.
that for a while.
Oh, that's gonna be so good when that comes out. I'm excited for that one. Like they just released the Crash Bandicoot one finally on the Xbox, and I gotta get that one and play through it because I loved those games as a kid.
Yeah, those are fun. I remember
You know, I don't.
play Crash Bandicoot.
I played them a lot. I played them a lot as a kid, but I don't think I ever beat one of them.
Oh, I beat all of them. All the Crash Bandicoots, all the Spyros. I got like everything, all the like things where you had to go out of your way to get the extra collectibles and
I
Crash
think it was
Bandicoot
mainly
3.
because I never actually owned it. The Spyros that I played were actually my aunt's games,
Ah,
so I only ever got to play them when I went over to her house.
in Crash Bandicoot 3, if you did this thing, you could unlock like a secret warp room that gave you 5 extra missions that weren't originally there. And I did that, and I got the bazooka that shot the apples. I'm sorry, shot the Wampa fruit.
Much
And
better.
It was yeah, I could tell someone in here was about to Wampa fruit, but yeah. All right, and then my little burst of excitement for it died out. But I'm excited for Spyro coming out here soon. That'll be freaking sweet.
I played Spyro a lot more than Crash as a kid.
Yeah,
so
I definitely did too.
I actually
remember...
just recently started playing all the old Spyros on an emulator, so I've been 100%ing them. So I'm excited for the remake.
The first game and the second game were I think the first game is the only one where I ever got like all the gems in the game. I remember when I did that, I was so excited. It was pretty cool. It's hard to do.
I've never played any of them.
I played them, but I don't remember them.
Zane, why?
I've had 5 concussions. Get over it.
Okay.
Oh, did anyone see the
three
thing I posted a couple days ago about
Most
Destiny
expensive.
2?
Nope.
No, it was the one before that. Matt, I think you might understand how hard this is. Some people went into the newest raid lair, the Spire of Stars.
Still haven't got
and they killed the raid boss.
Okay.
Without using guns.
Oh, I saw that.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
They legitimately did it. It was the same, or it was people who belonged to the same clan that was the first in the world to complete it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they went in and they killed the boss with nothing but grenades, supers, and melees.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
I posted the article to the podcast link channel.
That's kind of cool.
I'm honestly surprised that that's even possible, because most of the raid bosses have an enrage mechanic where if you take too long, it pretty much instantly kills everybody.
Maybe they just used a lot. Man, I just imagine a whole group of people running up to the boss at once and punching him, just like repetitively. It's kind of a funny thing to envision.
I mean, that's incredible. Being able to beat what is literally the hardest boss in the game right now without using any guns.
They definitely had to like tweak everything on their stats to make it so their grenades refresh as quick as possible. Well, that's a hunter.
Yeah.
He probably did like as much as I'd want to say he did the Celestial Nighthawk. Plus you got to think there was probably another hunter with the Orpheus rig, so they probably got their supers super back super quick.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that they had to go through a lot of preparation to do this.
Definitely like a lot
but
of strategy involved.
It still surprises me that it was able to be done.
Yeah.
Because from what I've seen of the raids, I've only done the Eater of Worlds raid lair and the regular base raid. But from what I've seen, all the bosses are very mechanic heavy. So, I mean, Callus not so much, but there was a lot of mechanics to, God, I can't remember his name, the boss for Eater of Worlds. There was a lot of mechanics to him. So I'm honestly surprised that they were able to do that.
What do you want, huh? You want some money? Take it.
Oh, sorry, shit. I just watched the video that Brett just posted.
Yeah, dude, I like that. That was good.
Oh, God.
You want some money? Jake.
He catches the freaking penny. That's funny.
Brett, what did you just post?
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, so it really is Mr. Krabs.
That's really funny.
It's
Oh my God!
So this guy
That is great.
We're watching a video that the podcast can't even see, like anybody's listening.
I'll have we'll have Cody slot it in.
Yeah, what is that thing? Is that a lobster? What is
It's
it?
a crayfish.
Crayfish? Okay.
He just catches it.
Silence.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
I don't have anything to talk about because I.
Did anyone watch the video I posted about the most expensive in-game items ever sold?
I saw a little bit of that. Yeah, dude, people are insane. Like, I don't understand.
It was all set, or like 9 of the 10 items were in the same game. What's it called? Entropia Universe is the name of the game that most of them are in.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, that one has like a very interesting. Well, it did. I don't know if it's still around. Well, I remember reading about it a long time ago.
I guess you could buy like plots of land in it.
Yep.
And one of the items in that video is someone bought the entire moon.
Yeah.
And I think they bought it for like a few $100,000. Like real life dollars.
Yeah. It's yeah, if I remember
But
correctly,
I get
like, had like very it had very much like a specific way it did everything. Like you couldn't like land was a commodity. There was only so much of it. And same with like certain
yeah, I
items.
guess you could also like tax people to do stuff on your property.
Yeah, so eventually you don't
Like-
have to do anything.
Like a lot of these land purchases that that are in the video, the people made their money back by taxing the people who did stuff on their property.
Wait, what the
Like
fuck are we
there-
talking about?
It's a game called Entropia Universe. I know next to nothing about the game.
Never heard of it.
But all I know is that you could buy property, and one of them, this guy bought like this really nice island. It had a like bunch of beachfront property, awesome, like farming areas and stuff for people to hunt. And he bought the area for, I don't know how much it was. It was maybe in the tens of thousands of dollars. Maybe it was like $10,000 or something like that. But he made it back within a year from taxing people playing the game.
Fuck, sign me up.
Right?
There's some really crazy things out there. Like there's a few games out there. There was Second Life for a while where people were actually
Ooh.
making a living off of being
Yes.
realtors in the game.
What I played that game. One thing that was a thing was if you took your character onto this one beach and laid down on the beach for a certain amount of time, you would make like $1 in US money.
What?
People would literally pay you in the game to lay down on their beach, but you had to lay down for like 24 hours to make $1 or something crazy like that. So no one ever really did it. It was the weirdest thing. And then there was this problem where criminals were like robbing banks, or like not robbing banks, but like acquiring illegal money, and they would pay each other through the game, so that way the money couldn't be tracked by the government.
Yeah, they were using the game as a laundering firm. Which was funny because it actually raised the worth value of the money in game. So people were actually making money off of criminal organizations using the game to transfer money between one another. It really
And
messed
a
up.
lot of people didn't even really realize it.
Yeah.
Now, I know one of the items in the video was an extremely rare drop from Diablo 3, I believe.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
I love Diablo 3.
Now, I guess the guy who originally got it decided to sell it off, and he sold it for like $250. But then someone else went and sold it for like $5,000 when they realized just how rare of a drop they had. it's like, can you imagine being that guy who sold it first? I would be so pissed.
Would you be?
I mean, I would still
Yeah,
get like
I
200
think
some
so.
dollars. I mean, I'll be a little annoyed. It's like, oh, why didn't I think of that? But, hey, I got like 200 some bucks.
I'd feel like a jerk for taking advantage of someone and trading them an item in a video game for $5,000. I don't think.
Are you kidding?
They were
me?
dumb enough to do it.
Yeah, no, dude. If they're
Yeah,
willing to do that, I don't feel guilty.
I don't know if I could take advantage of a person like that. It's just a video game.
There was another game in China. They were selling off like weapons and stuff you could use in the game when it released. It was to like raise money for the game, and they sold a virtual sword in there for like over $1,000. It would be like a one-of-a-kind in-game sword, and the game hadn't even come out yet.
I don't like that. That is some pre-ordering crap to like another level.
Well, no, it wasn't like they were straight up selling it for $1,000. It was an auction.
Oh, I gotcha.
So people were bidding on this thing, and then it got up to like $1,000 or something crazy like that. Yeah, they were bidding off items you can use in the game, and I guess they said that weapon would allow whoever had it to go through the game easily.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a big. I really don't like pre-ordering anything in any game. I think it's a bad concept that has become too accepted.
I'll pre-order a game if it's like something part of a franchise that I already like and know. For example, I pre-ordered Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I also pre-ordered Destiny Forsaken.
Yeah, if
Stuff that I know is gonna be good, like I'll pre-order. But like, let's say it's a game that I've never even heard of that I'm interested. Like, for example, if there was like a pre-order type thing for Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it's called, I probably wouldn't, because I don't even know if I'm actually going to like the game. Or let's say, I don't know, Anthem. As sweet as Anthem looks, like I'm just like, I don't know. You know?
Oh, I'm pre-ordering that. I don't give a crap. I'm pre-ordering that.
I don't think anybody should pre-order anything. Like, I really don't think pre-ordering should be a thing. Because it leads to bad business concepts, because when you're paying for a product you can't even see yet.
Exactly.
So it originally started to like get more money for like smaller businesses so that they could get money to finish the game, but now even AAA titles using it. They don't need the more money for the game to be shipped out. They have enough money to get the game shipped out properly. They're just charging more without letting anybody see the game, which I don't like. I don't like that concept. It's too
Well,
ingrained.
the big game companies, from what I've seen, usually they don't even allow pre-orders until after there's been gameplay trailers of the game released. So you get to see the gameplay for the game.
Fucking 76, you didn't even see anything. Was it like a few days before E3? And then you were allowed to pre-order it? You didn't even know what the fuck it was?
He's got a point.
Okay, I said for the most part.
And that's saying...
For all we know, it could be an RTS still.
Oh, God.
How pissed off would the entire fan base be if Fallout 76 was an RTS?
I'd probably dropkick Todd Howard and Pete Hines right in their fucking faces. I love Fallout, but fuck.
And another point for pre-ordering is it's not like they're charging extra money to pre-order it. you're still paying the same amount whether you pre-order it or get it after it comes out. It's just when you pre-order it, they give incentives like
Cosmetic
small
bullshit.
bonuses. Yeah, usually it's just cosmetic stuff, but
Like,
still.
I don't know. I just don't like the concept of pre-ordering. It's just a very.
Now, I would
it has some
understand
benefits to a certain degree, but it's just no. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I'd understand more if it was like, oh, you can pay $5-10 more to pre-order the game and get this extra stuff, but it's not like they're charging extra for it.
It's mostly just to reserve your copy in case a game
Yeah.
fucking like sells out so quickly.
which in today's day and age doesn't make sense because everything's almost on download anymore.
Yeah, it's almost all digital, but
I
Still.
fucking hate digital. I hate it.
Yeah.
I like to like feel the case and like take the disc out.
Yeah.
I would like that. I would like that, but the problem for me is Xbox One kind of ruined that because even if you have the disc, you still have to download the game off the disc.
Yeah, but like, do you remember when they used to like care and like make games like a totally inclusive package, like where you would buy the disc and inside the case there'd be like not one but like 2 game pamphlets, like I don't know, like and then the pamphlets would be so thick and filled with like all sorts of descriptions about it would be like the world's shittiest game, but like it would have like this like 24-page long pamphlet with all this backstory and beautiful art, and then like the second pamphlet would be like reserved just for like controls, or like you would pull out like a poster that came with the game about the game. Like I remember Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the original one, it had like this huge fucking poster of like Lamborghinis and stuff, and it had like just stuff like that. And freaking what game is it, Zane? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas comes with this huge map of the game that you could just like take out and put on your wall. Just cool stuff like
Oblivion
that.
did that too. So did Morrowind.
Yeah, games just don't
Skyrim, you had to
have
buy a
that
special
stuff
edition
anymore.
to get that.
But
Oblivion
it's-
had it too.
What had it too?
Yeah,
Oblivion.
As I said, Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim, you had to buy a special edition to get that.
I actually got the Skyrim Special Edition when it first came out.
But games anymore, you buy them in a case, you open the case, and all that's inside is the game. They don't even have like
You get an
artwork.
ad basically.
Yeah, an ad for like the next game that the company's coming out with, and it's like, ugh. And now you have to download it too.
I mean, I'm a PC gamer, so all I have is downloads basically.
That's all I got too.
I have too many games.
393. All right, let's see. How much do I got?
Jesus, Brett, how many of those have you actually played?
Probably about 60%.
Damn.
I'm looking at what I got right now. I'm loading up my Steam account.
So, for people who can't see this, Brett just shared a picture of his Steam account, and he owns 393 games and 252 DLC.
What the fuck?
I got. Let me see here. I got 200 games. I'm trying to see where my profile. There it is. I'm gonna pull up my brother's profile here in a little bit, though. My brother's profile is insane.
Damn, 1,144 achievements. Oh, but you only have one perfect game. It's not that impressive anymore.
Just one.
Just one. Your average game completion rate is 19%. So I take it you literally just hop in for a few minutes, get bored, and then stop playing it?
That means I average 19% of the achievements per game.
Still, I'm going to say you barely play 90% of those games.
Oh yeah. There's very few games that I consistently play.
Yeah, I have about 200 games. My brother Alex, he has about, I think it was like 550. I'm trying to find where his is.
Jesus. I wish I had a gaming PC.
Don't pour beers in your computer.
Shut up. We're not talking about that.
Hey, I remember
Okay, yeah.
that story.
My brother has 564 games owned, 421 DLC owned. Yeah, he has a lot of crap. He has 3,764 achievements. All right. Some of this is mine though, because me and my brother shared the same account until like I was a sophomore in high school. So I know I perfected like half of those games. Yeah. So that's my brother. He's got both of us beat, man.
Damn.
He's also a computer scientist, so he has the money for that. Which is some crap. And now it's all quiet.
Okay, well, I've got a Bop It shaped like an R2D2 narrated by C3PO.
Why? Oh God. I remember I was playing with that, and then you yelled at me in the middle of it, so I couldn't hear the damn thing. I lost. Matt, stop playing. Matt, stop playing.
6. Woo!
Good job.
And I yelled at you so you would mess up because I didn't want you to beat my high score.
Yeah, I was in the middle of it, and you yelled when he said something, so I had no idea what he said.
Got him.
Oh, this is cool.
So he can't be used.
Apparently, the next Division game can be played entirely solo.
Oh, hey. That's pretty nice.
So I guess it won't be online like
I thought it was
the
still
last
online.
one was.
Is it going to be free again, or we actually have to pay for it this time around?
What do you mean?
You're thinking Defiance.
I am thinking Defiance. What was Division?
Division is a Tom Clancy strategical shooter.
Yeah, it was the Activision. Was it Activision? It was basically another company's response to, Ubisoft's response to Destiny. It was their version of Destiny.
It was okay. It wasn't
I
bad.
never really got into it.
I just it kind of got really after a while. That's the best way to put it. Like it didn't get bad. It just kind of lost its after a certain time.
I really should go back and finish it, but I don't know. I think I got about halfway through. I think I got about halfway through the game and then stopped. So it'd be weird going back and starting again.
I mean, Zane, you can literally buy a copy on disc for like $2 at GameStop.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, but I already have I have a bunch of other games I have to play first. I'm not gonna buy another game.
We'll play it eventually. It's definitely worth a try. Like, cause if you can get past it, it's kind of cool.
What game are we talking about?
The Division.
The Division.
I heard that game was ass.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's what we're debating. Like, it wasn't. The idea of it was really good, but like once you start playing it and like playing it, it gets after like the first few missions. It's like that's it. That's all you got.
All I remember hearing about it was that the launch of the game was a fucking disaster.
Yeah. The servers were constantly messed up, and they didn't bother. It took them way too long to just buy servers from Amazon to host their stuff.
But then it's like they realized how much of a fail they were. Like, but we still like the concept of the game, so then they pumped out Ghost Recon Wildlands, and that game is absolutely amazing.
Ghost Recon Wildlands is nothing like The Division.
Yeah, but like I think they pulled inspiration from the Division, because if you play Wildlands, it's I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Never mind, because
You make
feel
some
like-
weird connections between some very different games.
no, I do. That's the thing I do.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, this game is so like this game, and there's nothing. There's like barely anything similar.
just like
Halo and Destiny.
well, that's not that far of a stretch, but
No, it is.
Yeah, that one's really not. Because you can make connections to all the enemy types in the game.
and the way the game is played, at least in modern Halo games. Zane hasn't played
Played the shit out of Halo 1, 2, 3, and Reach.
Yeah,
After that, I
Oh.
fell off.
we need to play 4
Same.
and 5.
Reach was fantastic, though.
Reach was good.
I think
I
we
liked-
discussed this already, though.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie. I think this might be a good time to end.
Yeah.
I was actually going to talk about
What do you got?
the Behemoth update for Monster Hunter.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up here. From what I can tell, it's in August. I'm really excited for this. Because I guess the way the monsters in the game work is they base them off a skeleton that they make in game, and then they use that skeleton to try to get it to move the way they want. Which is why, up to now, all the DLC monsters have used the same skeleton as monsters that were previously in the game. So the release of the Behemoth is actually a huge deal because it's an entirely new skeleton that they're adding to the game. It doesn't have the same skeleton as any of the other
Did they
monsters.
get it out of their closet?
God damn it.
So now they don't have any skeletons left in their closet.
Oh god.
Yeah. Woo. All right, sorry.
But what I've been hearing a lot about is the Behemoth, I guess, has the same skeletal structure as one of people's favorite monsters from the Monster Hunter universe, which is Zinogre. I'm actually going to post a picture of it
It's Zinogre.
in Discord. It's actually a really cool looking monster, and I would love to be able to fight it in Monster Hunter World.
Well, you'll get the chance
Yeah,
now.
hopefully. This is a huge step for Monster Hunter, I think.
Is
I
it
just
though?
posted a picture of Zinogre in the on the
Oh, wow, that looks
Discord,
awesome.
right? But I guess he has the same, if not a very similar, skeletal structure to the Behemoth they showed off. So I'm really looking forward to it. People have been asking for a more diverse monster list for a while now. So it's pretty exciting to actually be getting one. So, I mean, look what the DLC monsters we've gotten so far. We've gotten Devil Joe, which is just a bigger, badder version of the T-Rex monster we already have in the game, Anjanath. And to be fair, I know Devil Joe came first, but still, it's the same skeleton. Then we got Call of Taroth, which used the Great Jagras skeleton. And then Lunastra. I mean, she's literally just a reskinned Teostra as far as looks go. So
It was the Capcom to fuck something up.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The game is amazingly fun. I love it. It's just I would love a more diverse, like, environment, I guess. Nothing? No one? I know Zane plays Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I've been getting into it, but I put it down for a little bit because me and my brother moved to Colorado, so and he really wanted to play it, so I was gonna play with him on PC. So I was gonna stop playing on Xbox.
Which brother? Dan?
No, Alex. My brother Dan's talking of
Alex.
moving out to Colorado though.
Wait. Oh. Alex is the only. Okay, never mind. Alex is cool. I don't know Dan too well, and I always forget the name of the third one.
Aaron.
Aaron. Don't you barely know Aaron?
I don't know Aaron very well. He was either down in Georgia, and then now he's out in Germany. So haven't never really spent a whole lot of time with him.
Devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah. Instead of talking about my family matters, let's talk about something else. But no, I love Monster Hunter. I actually had when I had a PSP, that was like the only game I played on it. The only problem is that when I lost the PSP for a while, and I finally got it back, I ended up getting in a hydroplaned off a highway, and my trunk got hit open, and my PSP was gone. I'd just gotten it back.
Oh.
So this is like the first time I played Monster Hunter in quite a few years, so that's why I love it so much.
Yeah, I was the same way. I think I played. I don't remember what it was. It was on the PSP. It was a long time ago. I think it might have been when the first one's released in America. I don't know exactly which one that is.
Yeah.
But I barely remember it. As a matter of fact, I was terrible at the game.
Oh, I was too.
I didn't get very far at all, but I was only like 10 years old at the time.
I remember I was so bad at the game that I barely ever actually did any of the quests. I would just go out into like the field, and
I had trouble. I had trouble finding a Plesioth, which is one of the like easiest monsters in that game, I think.
Hey Zane, you know what we should do?
What?
We should do a full completion playthrough of Star Wars, the complete saga, Lego Star Wars.
Oh God.
We should do a let's play of that. That'd be great.
That should definitely be our let's play when we finally start up let's plays when everybody gets capture cards.
Yeah.
I mean, you really only need one person to have a capture card for that game.
Yeah, I can get a capture card in a little bit here, and I got a decent enough PC I could easily run.
That would be.
I mean, we were actually talking about that earlier, about how when we'd wait for like Zane to get a capture card, and then we do playthroughs of games from one person's perspective until everyone else can get their own setup, and then we have multiple perspectives. Although I'd like to do something a little more mature, I guess, than Lego Star Wars.
I mean, we can do other games, but Lego Star Wars would be a hell of Okay. Lego Indiana Jones. There's actually.
Oh my God!
I don't know. But like we could just do all sorts of different things. Like it's whatever. That's the whole point of a let's play.
I mean, Achievement Hunter did freaking Minecraft, and that's like the most popular thing.
I mean, yeah, but Minecraft is still better than Lego Star Wars.
No! No, Lego Star Wars is the best. I always made like custom Jedi with freaking R2D2's head, and I was a genius because no one else would ever do that.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
That's what makes you a genius, Matt. Like that's the qualifier.
Yes. That's Nobel Prize right there.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I would have done this a long time ago then.
That's for you.
That's I guess that's what makes him a genius over all of us.
Yes. I'm a smart guy.
Oh
And on that
god.
very smart note, that last thought ended here.
Shucks.
We're at 55 minutes, so we're gonna cut it off.
See, I got a question before we end this.
Yeah.
How come on over half the episodes we've done so far, granted that's only like 3 episodes, I've hated myself and everyone else by the time the podcast ends?
That's because
that's just
you
how it
have
works.
very good friends. That's why.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Oh.
I have
fine.
something.
It's
I just
fine.
don't know if it's
Something. You just don't-
very good and or friends.
Ouch. My heart just kind of didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I mean,
like I felt
I was
it
about to say,
try.
come on, Matt. We know you don't have
There
feelings
was
at
like a
this
little-
point.
There was like a little that my heart did, and it thought it was hurt, but it's like, no, screw you, David. Is really what it was. It's just,
see,
whatever.
everyone already knows I'm dead inside, so I just laugh.
yeah. Zane is pretty much dead inside until you like put a light bulb in his shoe.
My dress shoe that cost me $70. Who puts a light bulb in their other person's dress shoe when they're moving?
Oh my
I
god.
wasn't thinking. I just thought it'd be funny, like later on down the road.
Speaking of which, I actually
Yo.
have to go and get that
Huh?
light bulb out of my shoe.
Why is there a
You
light
still haven't gotten that
No,
out?
I haven't had time to.
I guess I didn't think that since we were in the middle of moving, that something would like probably knock into the box and break it. It's not broken. I checked when I put it in his basement, but
Okay.
it's perfectly safe. But then the next day, because like he reamed me in the middle of my entire family. I was sitting there, my sister, my mom, and my other sister, and me and Zane were all sitting in the living room. When I told him that, he's like, "What?" Like, okay, that was a bit dramatic.
I was
He
genuinely
wasn't
upset.
that dramatic,
Like, you don't.
but he was like yelling at me in front of my family, and my family wanted to defend me, but you could tell they had a look on their face like, "Yeah, Matt, that was really dumb. Why would you do that? Like, that's dangerous. What if it broke and then got in his foot?" And so, like, the next
That'd
day,
be even funnier.
I woke up.
I've done that before. I've had glass in my shoe. It sucks.
I woke up the next day feeling bad, so I took a light bulb and sent Zane a Snapchat of me putting a light bulb in my dress shoe, and I think it made everything better.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I didn't know how to react, so I just didn't reply. So
Can I point out how funny it is that we haven't heard a word from Brett in like 20 minutes,
yeah, no, I think he's dead.
and he finally just spoke up and said one word.
Yep. Oh, you
Hey,
mean Cody? Totally Cody?
I mean, I think it's Bert now, isn't it?
No,
It is
Brent.
back. It's
Back to
Brent at the
Brent.
moment.
Brent, why? How many times did you change it in the podcast?
He's changed it 3 times, I think.
Why?
It's Brent.
What's up, Brent?
He has a thing about changing his account name
And
all
the
the
account
time.
picture.
Did you guys see Cody's? Cody's most recent one is not Cody.
Yes.
I thought that was really funny for some
Brent
reason.
was definitely Cody. No, totally Cody. What
Totally
was it?
Cody. Yep.
He was totally Cody.
And then you
And
were
then-
Bert.
And now Cody.
And this all started from a message Matt put out. He's like, Cody, are you still alive? Because we haven't heard from him in a while. So Brett went and changed his name to Totally Cody and replied back, yes.
God damn. This is just a whole conglomerate of idiots, isn't it?
Zane, sometimes I think you and me are the only two that are even semi-competent in this podcast.
Excuse me.
I'm surprised I'm
I'm-
even up there on that list.
Define
I-
competent.
I can operate a screwdriver,
I'm proud of you, Matt. That's progress.
but not like an electric screwdriver because I always do it the wrong way. Like I always put it in the wrong direction and start getting mad. Like, why isn't it working?
Would
Then
that just be called a drill?
Yes.
No, there's like no, it's different. It's different. There's like legitimate electric screwdrivers. You guys have never seen those? They're not for drilling. They're just for screwing. No,
Oh, you mean?
no.
When I look up electric screwdriver, all I'm seeing is a bunch of drills.
No,
Yeah,
they
all
know.
you need
I'm
is a
not
drill.
joking. They make them so they're not powerful enough to be drills. Just trust me on this. They're not powerful enough to be a drill. You put screw bits in them. Like, yeah, I use a drill too for my electric screwdriver, but I know they're a thing because my dad has at least 3 of them. They're just
Really?
electric powered screwdrivers. They're not
Really?
powerful enough
Dude,
to be a
I
drill.
live. I mean,
I'll
I
have
grew
to
up with
show
a family who remodels every house they ever live in,
I know.
and I've never seen one.
And okay, well, next time we're at my parents' house, so like maybe next week or something, remind me to show you the electric screwdriver, and I will blow your freaking mind because it exists. I promise, it's a thing.
That's such a weird. All right. All right.
I
fair
can't
enough.
Oh God.
I'm sure I even got one. Well, maybe not. Here, like, give me a
not-
second.
I'm.
I'll
wanna
post
talk
it
more
later.
About electric
Yeah.
screwdrivers.
Electric
like, why are we talking
screwdrivers,
for so
guys.
long about this?
What a topic.
Because
God,
it's
why
a
is
thing
this
that
such a thing?
it exists. I promise.
Dude, I'd rather go back to like the worst ways to die than talk about this.
I think it'd be.
I don't know.
way to
That's
die.
really morbid, and I don't think we should go back to that one.
All right. Since I wasn't
enjoyed
there,
that conversation. It was
I would
fun.
like to give my idea of the worst way to die.
Okay, let's hear it.
Would be to almost die of hunger, but then at the last minute, even though your body is already in pain because you're dying from hunger, somebody comes into the room and slowly saws off all your fingers, and then you die from bleeding out.
No,
Instead.
no. We said no torture.
No.
No torture.
Yeah, we said no torture.
No
Natural
torture.
ways to die.
Yeah.
Natural.
Trust
The
me.
worst-
I could come up with a very bad way to die if
Okay.
it wasn't
That's
natural.
why I didn't want to do torture because I'm just like
All
torture's
right.
too messed up. Like we would go. That would be a whole rabbit hole that we didn't.
Yeah.
All right. If I'm just talking about a natural way to die,
Although I think he has a point. Starvation is a terrible way to go.
That is true. Because we got drowning and burning to death.
I
I think
would
I'd
rather
rather
make
burn
burn
to
to
death.
death than drown.
No, yeah, because like
Uh,
burning to death, you'd only feel it
suffocation
for a
is
little
a
bit
bit-
before all the nerves burned off. So
Yeah. Suffocation's a pretty bad way to go too.
that's just panic until you black out, and then you just die. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but it might
I
not
think lava would
be-
suck. Lava feet first.
It might
would
not
suck.
be as painful, but you got to think of the terror factor of
It
not
would.
being able to breathe.
I'm not exactly sure how lava works.
It's
I'm just imagining if I was dipped into lava head first, I wouldn't be able or my feet first. Like my feet would just like disintegrate, but then my legs would also.
Matt, you die of shock long before you were fully
Yeah, the shock
submerged.
would kill you. Like hitting the lava feet first would kill you pretty much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure hitting lava feet first would kill you almost as fast as going in head first.
Well then, fuck it. I want to go in head first because we make a freaking show, right?
Honestly, if you think about it, depending on the situation, you might even die before you hit the lava. Depending on if it's like in an enclosed environment or anything, how hot it is.
Yeah, the sulfur and everything might get to you before.
I
then,
think
so.
it would be a bad way to die, getting eaten by an animal.
Well, yes, we said piranhas originally.
But I'm thinking more like a wolf.
Oh,
Fun
the
fact,
wolf.
did you know that most piranhas actually don't even eat meat?
They're vegetarians, eh?
Yeah, I think it's something like 90% of piranha species actually eat like nuts and berries.
I don't know if I'm honest to argue that.
Yeah, I have a buddy, but he's, a piranha, so he can't speak, so he wouldn't be able to tell me.
I gotcha.
What about explosive decompression?
Oof.
Ooh.
That would hurt.
Why are we talking about this again?
Why? Because it's good. You named the podcast Last Thought Podcast.
Yeah.
What would be your last thought before any of this happened to you? Then?
Depends on the situation.
All right,
okay.
Explosive decompression.
Here's a good last thought.
My last thought, probably oh shit.
Yep.
The last thought before I die.
Not exactly creative, but that's probably what it would be.
I actually have a story to tell about that in a second. What's your last thought, Matt, before I tell my story?
Before I die?
Yeah.
My life? Before I'm mauled by wolves or before I hit lava?
Before you hit lava.
My last thought before I hit lava was, Stitch made it look possible, so let's try it.
Okay. So I actually have a story to tell. I was a sophomore in high school. I played soccer, and it was in the winter. We were practicing in the gymnasium at my school. So me and my brother were driving back. My brother Alex was driving, and because he also played soccer with me, we were going down the highway. We were going about 50. We were going I don't know how fast we were going. I don't remember how fast, but it was the roads were really bad, so we were not going the actual speed. We were going way under. And my brother lost control of the vehicle. When we were driving back, he hit a really bad patch of slush, lost control of the vehicle, right when another car was coming right towards us. So the car fishtailed out, so that the passenger side where I was now facing the car coming straight at us. I remember looking at that car, and the only real thought that passed in my head was, this is gonna hurt. That was it. And then we got hit by a car. Funny thing was, though, I only had glass in my face, and I was the most okay one. The other guy, his diabetes went over skyrocketed, and he had to get some shots. My brother Alex had severe whiplash. So, I was actually alright, but, I just remember that my last thought right before, I got in a wreck was, this is gonna hurt, and that was it. That would be my last thought if I was in any of the situations was, this is gonna hurt, and I just accepted it. That's it. I am in no position to fight this. It was weird.
Now,
yeah, there's definitely times where you just you gotta accept it. You see it's coming, so you're just well, what is the best possible way I can prepare for this that's about to happen? I get it. When I got in a car wreck, I didn't see it coming. I remember when I got in a car wreck, I was delivering pizza for Domino's, right? And there was a guy that was ahead of me, a delivery car, and I was turning left through an intersection behind him, and I guess, I don't remember exactly why. I don't know if I ran the light, or if I didn't see the light, or if she just didn't have her headlights on, or something. For some reason, I didn't realize there was a car coming through the intersection. So I was turning left, and then she just slammed, full speed into the passenger side of my car, deployed all my airbags, totaled my car and everything. And I didn't know what to do. I was just sitting there, it felt like 5 minutes before the dude that was driving the pizza delivery car in front of me comes running up to my door, ripping it open, man, are you okay? And I just look at him, and the first thing I said to him was, Tyler, pizza's in the back seat. I need you to get it to the customer so that way it doesn't get cold.
Jesus, Matt.
He literally, the look that he gave me, I've never seen on another human being. It was just a pure look of, are you joking? It was just, I was no, get that pizza to the customer. And then I realized, oh yeah, my car's probably totaled. All the airbags went off. And then the lady who wrecked into me comes up to me, right behind. She's like, are you serious? I can't believe you did that. By the way, she was able to drive her car away. My car was 100% inoperable at the end of it. But yeah. That's
Sounds like a good time.
So sometimes you just have to accept the fact that shit's gonna happen or shit did happen, and you're just like, okay, well, what's the most reasonable plan here? And the most reasonable plan at that moment was, I'm still on the clock. I need to do my job, even though my personal car has
Now-
been completely destroyed.
Since we're on this topic, let's bring this full circle. What do you think the first thought those kids who fell into the cave system had when it happened? What do you think they were thinking?
Honestly, like when they first fell in, it would probably just be it. Some of them would have definitely panicked and like really freaked out, and others would have probably just been very accepting of this whole situation. It's really weird how the mind works, like because some have a very much a flight response and others have a much a fight response. And I found that if there's if there's nothing to fight, you just kind of sit there and you're like, all right,
This is how it ends.
No, it's not even like this is how it ends. It's more just like when I was in that wreck, it was just more of like, oh, okay, this is probably gonna hurt a little bit. Okay, let's get through this and see what comes out of it.
See, but the difference between that is
Why
you
is it so
had
bugsy?
like. Don't worry about it. The difference is you had like literally seconds. They got slowly flooded into the cave.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been a
That's
mix of
true.
between panic and acceptance.
Yeah, because the longer the process takes, the more time you have your emotions to process. And I am just loading up the memes channel right now.
I see that.
But yeah, I feel like some of them would have panicked. Other ones would have been very accepting of the whole situation, just moved on and like just kept on trying to survive. And then I feel like there would have been a few of them would have even alternated between the two. They would have kept going back and forth. Because you can only be panicked for so long before you get tired.
Yeah, stuff like that's extremely mentally draining.
So
A nail gun.
and now you're pork.
Jesus, Brett,
So
pick a name and stay with it. Come on.
I've been changing it every time someone points it out. So
Ah. So I
Man,
guess we just point
this
one
is
out
the
so
end
we
of the
like
if this is not the end of the podcast, I would just keep pointing it out every 3 seconds now. But yeah, no, I feel like yeah, they would have just been. Some of them would have been very accepting, and other ones would have been very panicked. And but again, you can only be panicked for so long. You're just like, eh.
I can't see much acceptance in it. I could see more confusion going on. Maybe not about what's happening, but about what they're going to do. You know what I mean?
I like your new username, Thorn18. But I guess acceptance is the wrong
that's
one.
good. That's
the wrong
good.
term to use. It's more of just like it's not so much as like they're just like being okay, this is what's happening. It's more just like they just deal with the situation, I guess. They don't like it's almost like
it's more of a calm reaction to it. More of a like calculating reaction.
Yeah, because that's what I've always experienced whenever I was in like a serious situation. I would always it's more like my emotions would almost shut off. You know, I'd just be like, okay, what can I do?
I usually have the same reaction in an emergency.
Because I've been in a few situations like that, so I'm able to actually like say that I know how to react to that. So, but yeah, I think that like a few of them would have just been very like their emotions would have almost shut down. They would just be like, okay, what can I do? What's next? And now Thorn 17,
Matt,
Thorn 18, and Thorn 19.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't think I
funny.
ever told anyone what my username on Discord was in the first podcast. My username on Discord is Thorn19, and now they're all just making fun of me for it. I don't know why.
I'm Psychic Sloth. I'm lazy, but I don't know. I'm lazy. That's about all I got.
You slowly read people's minds.
I very slowly.
You know who we haven't heard from lately? Harry. What's Harry doing?
You still alive, man?
He did.
Yeah, apparently he died.
Oh, hey, you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm spacing out.
I got you.
Yeah, we haven't heard from you in like half an hour.
I died in a car accident. Yeah. I've said shitty shit's just fucking up.
I got you.
All right. Well, yeah, I think it's about time we end the podcast.
That's a great.
We've been going on for like an hour and a half now. I think this is going to be our longest episode.
No, we're at hour 15 now.
All right.
Oh, really? I thought we were recording for longer than that.
Nah.
I still think this is our longest episode. I think before this it was an hour and 12.
Yeah, I think so. It might be. All right, guys. And on that note, have a good one. And I don't know, live a good life.
Try not to die painfully.
Yeah, don't die. Don't die in a horrendous way. Like, don't do that. It's not fun.
Wait,
What?
is Cody? Did Cody just randomly log on?
No.
Oh, he's online, but he's not in the podcast. Okay,
Yeah.
because I see that it says not
Psychic soup.
psychic soup.
Alright, that one's good. That one's good. I like that one. Alright. Well, this is have a good day for me. So
All right, I'll
Stop
see you
recording.
all later. The end.
Adios.